Hi, my name is Levin and this is Jim Viataro. Today we're actually at the Hawg Trough headquarters. This is Jim's personal shop that he has built from the ground up. How many tanks are in here?
We have 4. We have the largest in the country with these mobile fish tanks that go around to the sportsman shows, boat shows, and you know, like last weekend we did a grand opening.
Yep.
For a tackle company.
Yep. So if you guys don't know, the Hawg Trough is basically a semi-trailer full of fish. It is, how many gallons of water does it hold?
My 3 big ones hold almost 5,000, and my small one holds about 2,500. And since he said semi, it goes down the road empty. There's no water, no fish.
Yeah, sorry.
Just want to verify that right up front.
He takes very good care of these. So the Hawg Trough, it travels to all the boat shows, tackle stores, grand openings, things like that. And the biggest advantage of the Hawg Trough is, 1, you get to see the fish in it. 2, we actually get to test lures in it, see how they perform underwater, how fish react to them. And that is a big deal to us anglers because it builds confidence to us, and it also, it's very cool to watch.
Right, you know, at the sportsman shows, we get to teach you different techniques. And when we do seminars and stuff at the shows, we break down, hey, I was at this particular lake, this is the conditions, and this is how I was catching. So not only do you learn how we did it, but you actually get to see it, how the bait was under the water and stuff, where anything else, unless you're underwater scuba diver,
yes,
is the only way you can see those.
So, for our channel, me and Jim, we are not professionals at this. Let me just throw that disclaimer out there. We are fishermen.
I've been doing this 25 years,
yeah.
So I've got some experience with live TV and stuff like that.
I have it. And so we're going to kind of jump in this together. Me and Jim have always talked about this, starting a YouTube channel, because of, you know, the great advantage that Jim can bring, you know, to the general public. You know, these are things that not every angler has their hands on or can touch.
There's only 5 of us in the country that have tanks.
Exactly. So, a little bit of backstory, we're going to rewind. I've known Jim since I was a wee little guy.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah, I didn't grow up a lot, but Jim actually owns the trout ponds too. The trout ponds is basically a giant swimming pool with 100 rainbows swimming in it. He travels and does the sport shows all over the state. So when I was little, I live in Columbus, Ohio. He lives in Worcester or whoever, however he wants to say it. And so it's cold in Columbus, Ohio in January. Every lake is frozen. So when I was little and I saw all these trout swimming in a circle, I couldn't contain myself. So Jim actually became very good friends with my dad because I would spend hours.
Your dad would spend a bunch of money there.
And most of my college fund went to Jim. So this is how I'm going to try to get it back now.
Yeah.
So I would, every time we'd fish for 5 minutes, I can remember this, you know, I can see everything. So we'd fish for 5 minutes, and when 5 minutes was up, we'd have to go. Well, I found out if I cried, Dad would get another $5 out of his wallet, to the point where every time we'd go to the sports show, he would take money out for me. He said, thanks, Dad, I appreciate it. You have taught me more about fishing than I can imagine, and Jim's taught me more about the business side of fishing than, you know, a lot. So growing up now a little bit, not a lot growing up, but I actually traveled with Jim for the FLW series. We roomed together, unfortunately, so we've spent a lot of time together. So with this, I kind of approached him because I was hoping he'd say yes to me because I'm still the wee little guy.
It's been something I've always wanted to do, but I'm not a computer guy.
And neither am I.
And all that stuff. I love talking fishing. It kept me out of trouble. I grew up around a trailer park. My parents didn't have to worry about anything because they just walked in the bedroom, fishing rod was gone, they knew where I was. Or if I was on a basketball court. Well, as you can see, I'm not the tallest one. The basketball thing didn't work out well either. So I get to fish, and it kept me out of trouble, kept my nose clean and all that. And now this is the way I give back to something that's been very rewarding to me. And if I can persuade a kid to stay out of trouble and fish, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Jim is actually going to go into us, you know, we're going to do a couple videos with Jim. His knowledge on fish care, fishing, and everything is way above mine. So I pick his brain as much as I can. His phone bill, I have to pay for it because as much as I've talked to him. So we're going to go into all kinds of different things on this channel. channel. We're gonna do tournaments, we're gonna do tackle tips, tackle prep, and our big thing is we're gonna do, you know, the live seminars with the fish. The fish are gonna tell us what baits they like, what baits they don't like. If you guys have anything you wanna see in the tanks, you know, the big lures that come out, you know, that just hit the market, comment below, like, subscribe, because we're gonna do a bunch of these. And we're gonna try to test, you know, the $25 versus $5. Are they buying the fisherman, or are they actually really buying a $25 bait? We're gonna instill a lot of confidence in how baits work, and then we're gonna get into, you know, take a kid fishing.
Our specialty is bass fishing. So if you ask us about walleyes, we'll try to give you an educated.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be more of a guess.
We'll Google it.
Yeah, we'll Google it. That works great. But I've got some big time walleye guys. I mean, there's a lot of research that I can do and cover stuff. You know, we're going to work with Bender's Fish Hatchery. Yep. That's where I get fish for this particular filming right now. We used them last week in the open house, or the grand opening, and a lot of times, you know, that's who's going to be supplying my fish. I work with them quite a bit. So, and then we're going to do some stuff at Bender's ponds and our other ponds. Take a kid fishing to keep them interested and introduce them to the great outdoors.
So the content on this channel, it's not geared towards one thing. You know, we are bass fishermen. That is kind of what we love. But we're going to do this where we're just going to expand and do a little bit of everything. It's not a script or anything, and we're not biased to anything. We're going to give it straight up. So while you're talking about Bender's Fish Factory, tell us a little bit about the fish and where they'll go after we're done filming. And
so these fish, these are wild fish. They came out of a 30-acre pond. These are all their brood stock. So what we end up, Bender's does at this time of year, they're getting little 2 to 4 inch ones, and that's what they're stocking ponds with. Well, we're also draining ponds. We've drained some in the fall that we'll put just say 42 bass in there. So we're going to have 20 females and 22 males. And they're going to spawn, and then that's going to be our 2 to 4 inch ones to stock in people's ponds the following year. We're also going to put shell crackers in there, which you know a little bit about shell crackers.
He loves shell crackers.
And we're going to put regular bluegills in there also. So that'll be what we have. And then we've got ponds set up for like crappies and other stuff. They do all sorts of different things. Now, we are one of the few people that are hatching smallmouth. We're getting better and better. That it's been, you got to have the right water, and last year was not a good year because it got dry. We lost our water source coming into this one pond. Instead of having 7,000 little ones like we did the year before, we have roughly about 1,500.
Okay.
Our walleyes and muskies and northerns are coming up from up north. You know, we buy those. We don't raise those ourselves. But like bass, bluegills, shell crackers, koi, goldfish, we got giant goldfish that we spawn out and stuff. And that's all regular people with ponds, they can call Bender's, and you know, you never know. I actually work for them. You might even see me come and deliver your fish. I don't know.
The cool thing is we'll bring you along. I'm going to ride along with Jim, and he's going to show me the ins and outs of all that. So we'll bring you that video. We're also going to do a fish care video. So like Jim said, he's been doing this for 25 years. He's taught me more about fish care for tournaments than, you know, I could ever think of. We're going to do a whole nother video segment on that, how to keep fish alive, because he can actually look at a fish and tell me if it's doing good, if it's not doing good, if it's going to live. He can tell me its name, what it wants to eat, anything you want to know. So, like we said, enjoy. Comment below what you guys want to see. His shop is huge, so we can do a lot of different things in here, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Oh, they'll enjoy it.
All right, man.
We're going to be entertaining, that's for sure.
We'll enjoy it at the very least. So,
and hopefully we teach you a thing or two and stuff like that.
Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to get to this. Thank you. You got a big one, babe. Jim! she got one.
Is that what they call a grass bird?